What's going on, fellow ghost hunters? I'm the Brotator Chip. I'm an official Phasmophobia content creator, and today I am bringing you the 2025 Phasmophobia roadmap and beyond. And if you're wondering, we were gathered together by the development team of Phasmophobia to have a summit with all the official content creators, and they were able to show us all of the updates they are working on for the remainder of this year and next year to go ahead and change Phasmophobia to prepare it for that 1.0 update and taking it out of early access. There's a lot of things that are subject to change, and we're going to be diving into only some of the information we were told to go ahead and prepare you for the next upcoming updates that are going to be coming in the next few quarters of this year. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. This here is the official 2025 and beyond roadmap for Phasmophobia. Some of this you probably recognize because they teased this in the end of the year 2024 roadmap preview that they had given. So we're going to be expanding onto that above and beyond. As you can see here, we have Chronicles that we talked about with the sound recorders and the media changes. We have player character overhaul. We have Bleasdale Farmhouse rework, Grafton Farmhouse rework, a brand new small map coming to Phasmophobia, never before seen. It is not a rework, it is a brand new map. And we're standardizing how we're going to be doing holiday events into the future for Easter, Halloween, and Christmas. I just want to go ahead and address all console players real quick because I realize that this graphic does not talk at all about some of the issues that are being faced by console players right now. Let's go ahead and address that real fast. First and foremost, everybody's in my comment section talking about voice recognition for console. I can confirm to you that it's currently in closed beta testing right now, and they're ensuring that it works for all aspects of the game, meaning that you go ahead and use Ouija board, Spirit Box, Monkey Paw, and everything else without being forced to use the text-based prompt, meaning that the ghost and the items will be able to hear your voice on console, whether you're on Xbox or PlayStation. That is being worked on, and we believe that's going to be released sooner rather than later in a small update. So you're not going to have to wait for some massive update. It should be baked into a smaller update that can be given to you as soon as it's ready. And to everybody out there that's been having technical difficulties with certain maps, like I know a lot of people on console crash a lot on Point Hope, they're working on doing optimizations and changes to those maps to be able to have it run smoother on console to be able to have better performance. And that's going to help some people on PC as well. So performance issues and performance fixes are coming for all players of Phasmophobia sooner rather than later. So that's going to go ahead and be the first thing I want to talk about. Next, let's go ahead and talk about Chronicles. Chronicles, like I said, was talked about inside of the 2024 preview for 2025 that was released on Christmas by the development team. In case you have absolutely no idea what Chronicles is, we're going to go ahead and jump back to development preview number 18 so I can show you exactly what's coming in that. Inside the Chronicles update, it's going to be reformatting the media pages in the journal as we know it today. Currently, all you have to do is get a bunch of photos, and then you are completed for getting any sort of media evidence inside of the game. It's going to be now converting over to photographs, video evidence, and sound recorder evidence. Sound recorder is going to be one of the brand new pieces of equipment coming to the game. So you're going to have opportunities to go ahead and get media photos, and you're going to be able to have other pages that are not shown in this photo here to be able to go ahead and get the videos and the sound recorder. So now, if you go ahead and you refer to this, it says some of them are unique and some of them are duplicates. Now, I want to go ahead and get rid of any concerns right now. The values you see on these are placeholders. They are not the real numbers. So what you're getting is this system is supposed to design to encourage you to want to get unique types of photos and videos and recordings. So if you go ahead and get a photo of dirty water, that is going to be a unique photo. But if you get a second photo of dirty water, it's going to be a duplicate photo, and the amount of money and XP awarded from it are not going to be nearly as much as if you would have gotten a different unique photo. So it's kind of encouraging players to go ahead and try to get as many unique types of photos and evidence as possible and not getting the same one over and over again. So we're trying to stop people from getting salt photos over and over again. That is the main culprit and the main reason this is coming about without a question. And I don't think this is a bad change either. This is not trying to make the gameplay harder. This is trying to incentivize you to go and explore and get different types of evidence, and it's going to be rewarding you with more money and XP as a result of that. So this is not meant to make the game harder. It is meant to make it more engaging and make it more challenging, but give you rewards as a result of your efforts. So that is going to be the first part of the Chronicles update. Second part of the Chronicles update is the sound recorders themselves. There's going to be 3 tiers of sound recorders. They're all going to have benefits. I am certain of that. But one of the things to note here is that we're hoping that some ghosts are going to have unique responses on the sound recorder than others do. Kind of like the Banshee scream. That is my hope for it anyway. It has not been confirmed in any way, shape, or form, but that's what I would love to see happen. So that way we can get real value out of testing for certain ghosts on higher difficulties from this piece of equipment. Because like I said, currently we have the Banshee scream on parabolic. If we can get some sort of a unique response for sound recorder, I think it would add a lot of depth and a lot of value to this piece of equipment, other than just getting cool sounds from the ghost that kind of sound fun. One other fun thing I want to say about the Chronicles update before we move on is it may be introducing new sorts of collectibles to the game for you to be able to gather and show off to your friends. That's all I'm going to say about it, but a lot of cool things coming in that part of the update for sure. The next part of the update I want to go over is the player character overhaul. Now, I don't want to get this confused with player customization. Player customization is something that's definitely happening, but more than likely not until 2026. First and foremost, we have to focus on getting the characters' models revamped, remodeled, reanimated, and have all the physics changed for them. So in order for the character customizations to happen, this is the first step. So your characters that you choose currently in the game, where you have all the predetermined selected ones to choose from, will get a new facelift and be looking a lot cleaner and more attuned to a well-developed game. Now, I know the developers did say that the new overhaul is going to be taking a lot of the janky and odd physical abilities the characters have to go ahead and bend all the way backwards and do all the crazy movements and stuff that we all know and love today. I am very sad to see that go, and I really wish they would consider redoing that, because I think those type of janky player models and movements really adds a little bit of a charm to the game. So that is my little feedback there. I'm not going to say this is all great, but it is definitely one way forward to allowing for character customizations in the future. And that to me is super exciting, because we may be getting character collections and things of that nature to where we can go ahead and fully customize our character to go ahead and portray who we are as people and actually show that in game to people in our lobby. And that to me is very, very exciting. Personally, I would love to have a character with a beard. None of the characters have beards. I feel unrepresented. Make it happen, Phasmophobia development team. Next up here, we have our map section and locations. First and foremost, let's talk about Bleasdale and Grafton. Bleasdale and Grafton have been teased for a long time now. They've been a topic of discussion for all players for a little while, and nobody has really gotten a lot of updates as to what's happening with them. We've gotten a couple photos, of course, to show off all the cool things happening inside the map, but we haven't gotten dates. I'm going to give you one right now. Bleasdale is going to be coming out what's projected to be March of this year. So you're going to be getting one of your first major updates this year in March of 2025 for Bleasdale. Grafton is going to go ahead and be reworked later on this year, and Grafton is not the only map that's going to get reworked. There is another map that is queued up to be reworked as well, and I can confirm to you at this moment that although it is not specified in this photo, it is going to be Tanglewood. Now, I have a little bit of a concern with this. Tanglewood is one of my favorite maps in Phasmophobia, as it is for a lot of other players in the game right now. The idea is not to change the format and the layout of this map. It is to take a lot of the assets that are Unity assets that were not developed by the team themselves to go ahead and put their own assets in, so the ghosts can go ahead and engage with the map more and have more unique interactions that'll be fun to a horror game. So that is the main purpose of these reworks. It is not to redo the map entirely. It is to go ahead and ensure there's no Unity asset models, and to go ahead and ensure that the asset models are fully optimized to the capability and to be able to run at max performance for any console, whether it be Xbox or PlayStation, or even lesser so PC users who have a little bit of an older computer. So I really do think that being able to rework these maps is a good thing in the long run. So it's going to allow the ghosts to have cooler interactions and be able to go ahead and actually get immersed into that map and allow the player to see some really cool things. The dates for the Grafton and Tangle rework are going to be released as we get a little bit closer to those dates. It's still pretty far out into the ender part of 2025, so when I have more information for you, I will definitely provide that when I can. And last but not least, we see a photo of the new map coming to Phasmophobia. I know what the map is. I will not tell you what it is. I would love to hear in the comments what you think it looks like, because I can tell you this much, it's not a map we've ever seen in the game before. They're taking an interesting direction, and it opens up for a lot of more creative possibilities for new maps in the future as well. The development team has stressed that they understand that new maps has been a pain point for them in the past, and they haven't been able to go ahead and focus so much in on that because of the console update and a lot of other things that needed to get done first and foremost. But now, they have a little bit more of a bigger development team, and they have a lot of those big key items done, they can go ahead and focus in on new maps. So, I can tell you this much. The new maps that you can expect for Phasmophobia are going to be focusing more on medium and small maps in the future. There's two reasons for that. One, it's so much easier for a development team of kinetic size to push out smaller or medium-sized maps than it is to go ahead and focus on one big map. But the other reason is that it's going to go ahead and ensure that all the optimization they're doing is going to be able to allow these maps to be run on all consoles, because consoles does have a little bit of an issue running some bigger maps from time to time. We've all seen this. And if you look at historically what players in lobbies play in Phasmophobia, a lot of them are playing smaller medium maps. There's not a whole lot of people playing those big maps. You have people in groups that are occasionally playing the big maps, but the data does not lie. So many people play small and medium maps. So why fight the process and just give the people what they want and create more and small medium maps for you to play? So I can tell you this right now, you can expect more new maps for the remainder of this year and well into next year. There are several new maps planned for 2026. So new maps are coming. And one of the big responses I get from people is, what about the new ghosts? I'm going to be very honest with you. From my perspective, 24 ghost types is a pretty good number. And they all kind of feel pretty well fleshed out. Some of them need a little bit of work. I would much rather see some of the ghost types that have been some pain points and don't feel as well developed as others to get adjustments and revamps before we get any new ghost types. I'm going to give you an example. Goryo. You do a Goryo test on a no evidence run. Good luck, because all you can really determine is it changing rooms? No. Okay, we have nothing else for you. Yuri, are you on a map that doesn't have a bunch of doors for Yuri to shut? Good luck, it's not going to do its ability. Try to figure it out with cleansing and see if you can send it back to its room with that Yuri ability there. That's about it. There's some ghosts that need some love and attention, and I think that needs to happen before we add more ghost types onto the grand pool of ghost types. Do they have more plans for more ghosts? Absolutely. Is it in the forefront of their mind? No. So I believe it's initiatives that are coming. It's just not on the agenda for right now. Next up, let's talk about the holiday updates here. Easter, Halloween, and Christmas. Over the past several years of Phasmophobia being out, every single year there's been a new type of event. And the reason for that was the development team was trying to seek out what the event would be best for their community and what people seem to like. After every single event, there was always a section of the Discord to go ahead and collect feedback from the community and content creators to be able to make it better and better every year. So we feel like we're at a point now where we're able to go ahead and have the holiday update stick with Krampus. Krampus will always make a wonderful winter return every single Christmas. The Blood Moon event was very fun, and it made the games very engaging, and it just felt good. But there's a lot of changes, a lot of feedback that need to happen from those two events that happen, and they're going to be taking place in the Easter event. One of the things people ask for is, could you please change up the maps? We don't want to do the same maps over and over again. Have a rotation of maps so we can see this event on all maps in the game. And that will be coming in the Easter event, and that'll be happening in future holiday events as well. There will be a map rotation allowing you to go ahead and do that event on several different maps. That way, eventually, it will get to your favorite map of the game. And I think that's an amazing feat indeed. Another bit of feedback that has been given is that people want personalized rewards for these events, not just community awards, because then they have to wait for the community and they have to rely on the community to get it done in order to see anything from it. That feedback has been received as well, and you'll be getting personalized rewards for these events moving forward, plus I believe the community rewards as well. So if that has been given, I think that's great. You should get something when you yourself complete it, and you should get something when the community itself has completed it. That way you know that you have that gratification instantly of, I completed this event. And on top of that, there's going to be a lot more coming as well. There's been a lot of responses that the rewards in general have been a little lackluster. That is being looked into, and there's going to be a lot more improvements to that system in the future for future holiday events. So again, you can expect a lot of the new changes that you have requested during the Halloween and the Christmas event to happen this year in the Easter event, which will be dropping in mid-April. The Easter event this year will be in mid-April because we have a later Easter this year, so it's going to be happening mid-April. And some feedback that I personally want to give to Phasmophobia on the holiday event, the Christmas event specifically. Please add more decorations. I don't know who thought all that garland was necessary or fun or exciting, but it wasn't. Please add more Christmas lights to make it feel Christmassy. Make the holiday spirit there with Krampus. That is my one bit of feedback I have for the development team on that bit. Lastly, I want to go ahead and talk about some of the stuff you see on the bottom of the image here, releasing in 2026 as soon as they're ready. One of the biggest things is Horror 2.0. Horror 2.0 has been talked about for now about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. It's been on the public Trello. Everybody has seen it. If you don't know what's coming in Horror 2.0, a lot of the different features are being discussed in concepts right now and not really in testing phases yet. The hope and the plan for Horror 2.0 is to bring the game back to a horror element, to add new jump scares, to add new death animations, to go ahead and make the game feel scary again for anybody who's been playing it since the very beginning, or maybe by that time, just a year if you're new to console and you started when console came out. Either way, every single horror game has immersion therapy happening, where the more you get exposed to scares over and over again, it loses that fear. The development team is looking to go ahead and rekindle that fear for you. I'm assuming new ghost models are going to be incorporated with it. Well, a lot of new audio to go ahead and make you feel like you're in that scary environment again. I know almost everybody watching this video right now can remember the first time they stepped into a house in Phasmophobia, and all you heard was that loud, silent sound of just the audio in the map and just nothing else. That is going to be coming back, and I cannot wait to experience it with all of you. More house map reworks are going to be coming in the future. I believe the plan is to go ahead and do one rework, one new map, one rework, one new map into the future. That way you're always getting a little bit of something new that's already existing, and then just something new in general. So that way you're not feeling like it's all reworks like the farmhouses currently are, and you're not feeling like it's all new maps either. It's going to be like that alternation. That way we can go ahead and get all of it done and eventually get towards that 1.0 update. So the reworks, the new maps, and lastly, obviously, the seasonal event we've already talked about. Maybe there'll be more seasonal events in the future. Maybe something for Valentine's Day. You never know. That has not been discussed at this time, but I would love to see that happen in the future. I know in the past, the Phasmophobia team has done April Fool's events where they can go ahead and have something funny happen in gameplay for all ghost hunters to be able to join together. So I would like to see that continue to happen in the future. Remains to be seen. Let's go ahead and talk about the major updates here. The major updates are going to be the Chronicle update. You could probably expect that relatively soon. You're going to have a major update for the Bleasdale Farmhouse rework, which is going to be coming in March of this year. You're going to have the major update of the Easter event, which is going to be coming in mid-April of this year. You're going to have new character models and animations. We're not sure exactly when that's going to come out, subject to change, but I'm hoping that maybe we can see it by summer of 2025. Remains to be seen. And then later on this year, towards the end, we'll be seeing a Grafton rework and a Tanglewood rework as well. And somewhere in there as well, we're going to be getting the brand new small map to Phasmophobia that they're currently working on at the moment. So there's a lot of big updates planned for this year. Now, there's also going to be minor updates in there as well, like voice recognition, like optimization, like bug fixes. So as those things come out, they're going to go ahead and just release them. They're not going to wait to bake them in with bigger updates. They're going to give them as the testing phases are done. So you don't have to worry about waiting long periods for those. They will be done when they are done. Now, before we end this video, I want to go ahead and remind everybody that there are some things we've been showing that I cannot talk about. I am not able to disclose all the information of all the stuff coming to Phasmophobia, but I feel like this has given a good overview of what you can expect for a majority of this year and some of the beginning of next year. So hopefully you found this insightful, you found this beneficial, and once I get clearance to go ahead and give you more information throughout the year, you can definitely expect more videos from me here and on all my other platforms as well, and while I'm live streaming. So thank you so much for watching. Enjoy Phasmophobia. I hope you have a wonderful 2025. And until next time, my friends, stay crispy.